We have Aaron Cohen, who's a former Israeli special forces agent, and he's a terror analyst. Very helpful. He is developing software to help people detect what's happening online, because that's where fundamentalism is spreading most quickly. And Ahmed Fouad Al-Khateeb. Okay, I want to bring him in, American writer, analyst from Gaza. It's good to have you, Ahmed. Thank you very much for joining me again. All right, so we got the law, and then we've got the policy. I start with you, Ahmed. Does the United States have the right to take a family? We know that the suspect overstayed his visa, so he is not legally in the country. Do they have the legal right to do what they're doing?
Well, let me start by just expressing my sympathies to the victims and sending them well wishes for a speedy recovery, and expressing outrage for this heinous crime by this individual, as I have on repeated occasions. I think, unfortunately, this may be a case of a rushed and a reactive response to kind of give the impression that we're doing something about these radical elements within our society. I very much so believe that the United States, especially toward non-citizens, ultimately has the legal discretion to decide who gets to stay and who gets to leave. And I want to be open and transparent myself. I first came to the United States on an F1 student visa, and then I ultimately applied for and received political asylum. The very day of my asylum interview was when Hamas took over the Gaza Strip, but that's a separate matter. My point is, I wonder if there's a rush to get this family out, and in so doing, there might be just kind of a lack of empathy for the ordeal that they're going through, assuming that they had no foreknowledge or prior knowledge of what this man was about to do.
Well, that's the question.
And B, that their life is going to be turned upside down. They haven't been in Egypt, it sounds like, for many years. Kuwait isn't going to take them back. They're going back likely to Egypt, which is likely their passport of origin. And they probably have no remaining roots there. Maybe they have some family members there. So most importantly, I want to say that there might be a missed opportunity to gather intelligence and to understand the picture around this man's life and the community, and to really get where did he go wrong? How did the radicalization happen? So I worry that this may be a legal decision, but a very rushed one and a potentially inhumane one.
So, Aaron, I mean, look, you can't have it both ways. If you're able to develop intelligence from this people, it means that they knew things about his radicalization. And to me, he seems very familiar, not just because he overstayed his visa, but this is your typical lone wolf, radicalized by proxy. And he's been thinking about how to do this for a long time, and came up with his own stupid way, not an official group behind him, but he loves the Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, isn't this guy exactly who we're worried about?
Chris, any other couple of key ones? Good to see you again. Here's where I'm at with this. Deportation isn't punishment. It's deterrence. That's how we frame this in counterterrorism. And what's happening with Soliman's family, this isn't revenge what the United States is doing, what DHS is doing. This isn't some like political theater. This is deterrence. And this is how a country reasserts control, Chris, after letting the enemy walk in through the front door, which is now the internet, the algorithm, as you mentioned. So this guy threw Molotov cocktails at a pro-Israel rally, peaceful in Boulder. Wasn't a protest. This is attempted mass murder, Chris. That's terrorism. And if the family around him lied on their visas, knew about this, looked the other way, or had anything to do with helping to radicalize him, they're gone. Plain and simple. We've spent years, Chris, tiptoeing around this ideology, too scared to act, that the fears made us vulnerable. But the next wave, and you know this because you've said this, of terrorism isn't going to look like 9/11. Lone actors, like you said, radicalized online, America's enemies hijacking that algorithm, hiding in plain sight, fifth generation warfare. It's ideological, it's digital, it's psychological, and we're still pretending like it's a criminal issue. And removing this family sends a message. You lie, you radicalize, you support terror, you're gone. And this is how you prevent the next attack. This is the language of the Middle East and of these supporters.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.